Good day and welcome back to another DB Legends video. In this video we're going to be taking a look, well basically we're going to be taking a look at the hyperdimensional co-op that has come for or against Beast Gohan, I should say. Now hyperdimensional co-op offers a couple rewards. This is a Legends Festival edition. It's not like it offers anything too crazy, but what it does offer is additional Legends Festival medals. For each limited time attempt, so the first 3 attempts per day basically, you will be able to get a Legends Festival medal. So doing it 3 times a day while it's up should give you a decent chunk of Legends Fest medals. You do not get beyond the point of the first limited time attempt per day, which is a little bit of a shame, but there's still some great incentives to farming the event or doing the event. You get hyperdimensional co-op medals, you get a really cool platinum or unique piece of gear, depending on what players call it. I call it plats, but essentially, yeah, pretty decent for a Beast Gohan kind of unit. For a Gohan unit, could be very interesting. But yeah, really solid, I would say. Really good equip, and yeah, essentially, you know, to cut a long story short, I think ultimately at the end of the day, you should be partaking in hyperdimensional co-op. You know, there are some missions that drop some chrono crystals, which is obviously some nice value, plus, you know, pretty good stuff in a way to get dual coins. The dual coins themselves are good because you can grab yourself a whole bunch of really good rewards. You know, you can grab yourself chrono crystals, you can grab yourself old platinum gear, you can grab yourself multi-Z power. There's plenty of great rewards that you can grab. Now, setting up your team and completing the hyperdimensional co-op is pretty simple. Basically, you have characters that have battle bonus, and you want to build your team around that. By having the first 2 typings usually is okay. So there are 3 typings in Gohan, but usually just having the first 2 typings covered is generally okay, because it allows you to essentially beat the boss. Most times, if you and your friend have battle bonus characters and you do everything correctly, you shouldn't get past the 2nd phase. So there you'll need a red and a green unit. Obviously you can bring a yellow one instead, it's not a problem. It just means at certain phases you need to be a bit more careful, because the only real thing that a hyperdimensional co-op boss can do is a decent chunk of damage if you are not on the appropriate typing. But yeah, hyperdimensional co-ops themselves are very straightforward, game mode. Very similar to raids. If you have not done a raid, essentially how a raid works, or how a hyperdimensional co-op works, is you essentially take on a boss. The boss starts with a blue shield. You need to break that shield and deplete it, so that the boss is now vulnerable to your attacks and to your rising rush. Once the boss has their shield depleted, you can then rising rush with your ally, and when you rising rush with your ally, if you both get everything correct, you should do enough damage to defeat the boss. Now of course, depending on the character you're using, you may struggle a little bit with damage, and obviously getting Dragon Balls if you're using like a super older unit. But if you're using something generally relatively new-ish, you should be fine. Just making sure that you have the battle bonus is probably the most important thing by a country mile. And you can see there that you can obviously clash with the opposition as well by using a strike or blast cards at the same time as the opposition, which is good. And yeah, it's very simple. I mean, you can see here, we're chewing through the blue shield pretty quickly. The goal is to get the rising rush very quick, and then we're just going to shift in our green characters when Gohan changes typing. You can see in the top right hand corner which typing he is, and then you can hit your rising rush, and if you hit it at the same time as your ally, 9 times out of 10 you will deplete the boss, or you will deplete them to the point whereby they can take damage from a singular attack and they basically will be defeated. So a very straightforward kind of procedure. Honestly, for the most part, it's very simple and super straightforward, so I don't think players should have any real issues. But if you do, you can let me know. That's not really a problem. But yeah, that's realistically about it. There's honestly not too much that you need to know outside of this, you should be able to handle the co-op quite easily. And if you need help, maybe play with your friends or with your guild if you are in one. Basically try and find a way to make it as quick and painless as possible. But yeah, that's basically it in terms of the hyperdimensional co-op. There is of course the actual hyperdimensional co-op exchange shop, where you can exchange the currency that you've obtained, the dual coins specifically, to achieve a whole bunch of additional rewards. But yeah, the chrono crystals here are obviously the main focus, but I think outside of that there's nothing too wild. So just make sure you grab the chrono crystals, maybe grab some older plat gear if you think it's necessary, and you can grab some arts core boosts as well if you're looking to farm up the most useful items. But there's plenty of rewards here to get. But that's going to be it from me. See you next time. Bye.